Hi guys, Ron here and welcome to the workshop. Today we are building up an open-up gravel bike from a set of very nice components, so I'll walk you through what we're going to use in the build. So this is the aforementioned frame set in size L in the blue color. Actually it's the same frame set that I have, only in a much smaller size. The wheel set that we're going to use is a gravel friendly set of Zipp Firecrest 303s. This is the latest version with the super wide 25mm internal rim width and the hookless bead to better support tubeless tires. These wheels also have the new Zipp ZR1 hub set, and they come as standard with 11 speed free hub, which we're going to change for XDR because it's going to be a SRAM 12 speed build. The front wheels similarly, they share the same rim design with the specific Zipp dimples in there, and they're set up with the tubeless tape and the valve already. So it should be easy to put the tires on. I'm mentioning the tires, they're also going to come from Zipp. These are the new G40s, which of course we're going to set up tubeless, also with a set of Tubelite tire inserts for low pressure puncture protection. This is how it looks. It's not just a typical round section like a noodle, but it has a specific shape to fit inside the rim channel, and thus should provide a bit more support for the tire riding those low pressures, or actually it should enable to ride a punctured tire home, so basically a run flat solution for your bike. The only downside probably is the installation, which will probably be a bit harder than without these, but let's see how that goes. One nice thing with the Zipp wheels is they actually come with their own center lock lock rings, which is a rarity. Not many wheel sets do. We're going to use a set of Shimano Durace discs. These are nice and light and will match the design of the bike. 160 front and rear. For the taller rider, that's going to be better than the small rotors. Group set wise, it's a bit of a mixed bag. So we have Sram Red AXS levers, which were almost impossible to source, but luckily we managed to find them. Then we have Sram Red Xplor rear Mech. This goes up to the big cassettes 10 to 44, so nice wide range. Speaking of the cassette, it's this one, nice chrome plated finish, and as I said 1044, so 440% range. Then we have of course a D1 flat top chain. This is the Force grade version, and I've already waxed it with the new Silka wax, so it's nice and low friction. Then we have the cranks. This is a set of the new Quark D0 power meter cranks with the Quark carbon arms, and we're going to replace the standard chainrings that come with it. These are road chainrings, 5236, so semi-compact. Of course we're going to use a 1x specific ring. Then there's the battery for the rear Mech. If you're ordering one, they don't come with a battery, so keep that in mind. Okay, so the components are mainly from Enve. We have the Enve gravel bar in 42 cm width, and the 42 centimeters are measured at the hoods, which is pretty normal for a road bike. But what's different here is the flare, which is pretty dramatic in this case. The bottom of the drops measures 54 centimeters center to center, so quite wide for more control in the rougher sections. For the seat post, we have a standard Enve round seat post. This is a 27.2, so small diameter for more flex, more comfort. Then for the last contact points, we have Shimano XDR pedals, so SPD, full off-road specific, and an S-Works power mirror saddle. very nice stuff. Particularly for gravel, you get a lot of cushioning, so it's extra comfortable compared to a standard saddle. Then we have the chainring, as I talked about earlier. This is a wolf tooth drop stop chainring in an oval shape, 42 size, and then we have the parts that come in the frameset itself. So it's a Cane Creek headset with an expander plug, and it also comes with carbon TI through axles and myriad of small parts that, well, since this is a SRAM build with a wireless setup, most of them are not going to be used. So what we have here is a Seatpost collar. From Mech mount it's not going to be needed. We have ports for different drivetrain setups. So we have mechanical 1x, mechanical 2x, electronic and electronic wireless, which is our case, and then some other blanking ports for the frame set itself, and of course a set of derailleur hangers, and that's pretty much it. So this is a complete parts rundown for this build. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so we're ready with the bike. It was a pretty straightforward and quick build because of the external cables and, well, the lack of cables in terms of the shifting because of the SRAM E-Tap setup. One thing that's very striking about the bike at the first look is of course the massive flare on the handlebars, but it turns out to be pretty comfortable and a good match for the rival levers. One thing I was afraid of is the installation of the foam inserts in the tires. Actually it went much easier than I expected, so that's a big bonus, and from that regard I can definitely recommend them. We've tried them without inflation, and even then the tire is holding on to the bead, and It has enough support in it, so you could basically ride it at slow speeds, so that's good. In the meantime, we also upgraded to a Colville ceramic bottom bracket with cross seals. We want to match the off-road nature of the bike. We have XCR pedals, as we said, and the oval chainring, which should help with traction on the steeper climbs. Yeah, the rest of the build was done as described previously. We also added some Gorilla metal cages for extra security on rough terrain, and of course a Garmin mount for the Edge 1030. And that's pretty much it. The bike weighs in at 8.5 kilos plus or minus, so it's pretty light for a bike of this size, and of course it's a gravel bike. Normally you find a mid-range road bike in this weight, so I think that's pretty good and should be nice and nimble on the climbs. We also needed to change the Enve seat post for a 400mm because there wasn't enough insertion for this rider's saddle height with the 300mm. So it's a bit of a mixed bag because on my frame I used the 300, I couldn't insert the 400 all the way because the frame, as you can see, there's not much slope in the top tube geometry, so we might get away with a shorter seat post overall. So yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out, and I hope it will be ridden hard and a lot. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.